This video did not come to you by chance. Perhaps it was brought by the invisible hand of God. Perhaps by the breath of the universe. Or perhaps by your future self, who wants you to hear these words now. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Listen to your breathing as if listening to the voice of life. Feel that something bigger is calling you. And don't ignore this call, because it can transform the path you still have left to live. There are people who, even at 60, 70, or 80 years old, carry in their eyes a light that has not gone out. And there are also those who, while still young, already look tired, hunched over, and dull. What separates these two realities is not the number of years, but the habits that shape vital energy. I am 94 years old. And when I say this, I don't expect applause. I just hope you understand, it's not luck, it's not a miracle. It's a choice. It's practical. It is respect for the body and soul. It is walking each morning as if receiving yet another sacred gift. Maybe you felt lately that your body can't keep up. Perhaps you find your memory slipping away like fine sand through your fingers. Or maybe you wake up tired, even after a night's sleep. I know this pain. I've seen many give up too soon, believing that age is an inevitable burden. But I also discovered that there is a secret hidden in simple habits, those that seem small but that sustain a lifetime. It is not age that weakens. It's carelessness. It is not time that steals vitality. These are silent mistakes, repeated without realizing it. And that's why you're here now, listening to my voice. So you can discover what you may never have been told. There are paths that restore strength, serenity, and light, even when the years seem to have taken everything away. When I look back, I realize that each morning was a rebirth. While many were still sleeping, I was already in the silence of the dawning day. While so many ran outside, I learned to run inside. And it was in this encounter with myself, with my breathing, with the wisdom of nature, that I found a vitality that today surprises even young people. Maybe you feel like you're too late. But make no mistake. Time is never the enemy. The enemy is the belief that there is nothing left to be done. Life can blossom at 60, at 70, at 80, and even beyond. And I am a witness to that. What I'm going to share here is not theory. It is not a distant speech. It is the reflection of almost a century of learning, of falls, and of discoveries. It is a call for you to also choose to live with clarity, harmony, and vital energy. Because no matter how many years you've lived, what matters is how you decide to live what remains. And today, you are being invited to walk this path with me. A path of light, wisdom, and transformation. A path that begins now, with this simple moment of listening and presence. Breathe again. Feel it. This could be the beginning of a new life. You know how it is. Sometimes the body seems to no longer obey. You wake up tired, even after sleeping all night. He stands up slowly, feeling a weight on his legs, as if he were carrying a lifetime on his knees and back. He goes to the kitchen, but before he even gets there, he's already forgotten what he was going to get. This small lapse in memory, which at first seems simple, begins to repeat itself, and little by little brings a shadow of fear. Many people tell me, "It's my age, there's nothing I can do." But that's not all. It is the sum of carelessness that accumulates, silently. It is the lack of small rituals that nourish, that sustain, that restore energy. And it is also the belief that there is no way out. You feel that the night is no longer restorative. Sleep is light, interrupted. How many times do you need to get up to go to the bathroom? And when you return to bed, the silence is filled with thoughts that won't let you rest. The dawn passes, and when the day awakens, the vitality is no longer there. And yet you carry on. He gets ready, does his tasks, smiles at others, but inside he carries a deep tiredness. It's as if the body is no longer an ally, but a burden. And perhaps, at some point, you felt ashamed of this body that no longer responds like it used to. But I say to you, with the serenity of someone who has lived a long time, don't blame yourself. Don't condemn yourself. What you feel is not just yours. It is of many, of thousands, of millions. Men and women who walk the same road, who feel the same emptiness of energy, who share the same silent pain. And if you're listening to this now, it's because the time has come to not feel alone. Here, you are in company. Here, There is a voice that understands your pain and has walked through it. I know what it means to lose vigor. I know what it's like to forget the name of someone you love, as if your mind were hiding behind a fog. I know what it's like to get up in the middle of the night, stumbling, only to find your body playing a dare. But I also know something that few remember. The body has a healing memory. He knows how to return to balance when we offer the right signals. The soul responds when the heart opens to change. And even though time has passed, there is still light waiting to be lit in you. If these words touch your heart, it is because there is already a spark within you wanting to rekindle. And if you want to walk deeper on this journey of healing and vitality, stay with me. Sign up so you don't miss any teachings, because every word yet to come could be exactly the key your body and soul have been waiting for years. Believe me, there is a way back. A path of harmony, where the body finds rest and the mind finds peace. And he is not far away. It starts with small gestures, small choices, small habits that, repeated, open doors to a clearer, stronger, more luminous life. You are not alone in this quest. I walk beside you. And together, we can restore to the body what seemed lost: energy, serenity, confidence. Time is not an enemy, it is a master. And the master is always willing to teach, as long as the disciple is ready to listen. Take a deep breath. Let in the certainty that something can change. And feel that the change has already begun, here and now, as you listen to these words. Many believe that everything they feel is just a result of the years that have passed. This is what hurried doctors, resigned neighbors, and even the closest relatives repeat. That's right, you've lived enough. But inside you there is a voice that will not be silenced. She whispers that something is wrong with this explanation, so simple, so shallow. And that voice is right. It's not just age that weighs on our shoulders. It's not just time that steals energy. The real weight lies in the habits we cultivate without realizing it. These are daily, almost invisible choices that over decades accumulate like stones in a backpack we never take out. Eating at the wrong time. Hold your breath in moments of anxiety. Holding on to grudges that corrode the mind and heart. Living disconnected from the morning light, the pauses, the silence. That's what makes you sick. That's what makes you age prematurely. Age is not a sentence. It's a path. And every path can be taken in different ways. There are those who cross it with burden and pain, and there are those who walk lightly, with firm steps, open eyes, and a heart at peace. What differentiates one from the other is not the years. It is habits that become companions on the journey. Understand, when someone says, "My body can't take it anymore," what they're talking about isn't just bones or muscles. It is the vital energy that was lost through carelessness. It is the flame that was extinguished because it never received the right nourishment. And food is not just what you put on your plate. It's what you put in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit. For a long time, I was taught to believe that old age was synonymous with illness. But life itself showed me another truth. I have met men and women who, at 80, had more vitality than many at 30. And I also saw young people drag themselves along as if they were carrying a century on their backs. Then I understood, it's not age. It's a habit. And habits can be transformed. This is the good news that perhaps you have never been told clearly. You don't have to accept memory loss as fate. You don't have to accept tiredness as a rule. No need to bend over at night without rest. Life can be renewed when you learn to align with that which strengthens rather than weakens. Imagine for a moment that your life energy is like a fountain. If you protect it, if you nurture it with care, it continues to flow clear and fresh, even after many summers and winters. But if you neglect it, if you let rocks and dirt block it, the water becomes cloudy and seems to disappear. The source, however, remains there. Just clear the way. The body does not forget how to blossom. He holds within himself the wisdom of healing. And with each new day, you can choose to rekindle that memory. It doesn't matter if it's been 60, 70, or 90 years. The power of transformation has no expiration date. When I say this, I'm not talking about empty promises. I speak of what I have seen, of what I have lived. I speak of people who found new vitality when they changed small gestures, when they transformed their mornings into rituals of light, when they decided to breathe consciously, when they allowed silence to return to inhabit their nights. It's not a miracle. It is wisdom. It is gentle but constant discipline. It's the decision not to be a prisoner of the belief that getting older only means losing. Aging can also be about gaining clarity, gaining serenity, gaining an energy that is not lost because it comes from within. And that's what life expects of you now. Let him realize that there is another way. May you discover that vitality is not behind you, but ahead, waiting for you. And that, by choosing new habits, you open the door to this new reality. There is something even deeper. A silent enemy, hiding in the details of everyday life. It doesn't appear on exams. It is not spoken in quick consultations. But it's there, stealing your energy, little by little. This enemy does not scream. It doesn't make noise. It infiltrates discreetly, almost invisibly, until it becomes routine. And because it is so present, almost no one notices it. Have you ever noticed how, at dusk, many people still sit in front of bright screens, letting the artificial light deceive their minds? Have you ever noticed how, after dinner, some people reach for something sweet, believing it brings comfort, when in reality it feeds the fog of the mind and the restlessness of the body? Or, how so often do we let heavy thoughts be our last company before we sleep? These gestures, so small, carry enormous weight. Sugar doesn't just feed the body. It fuels confusion, spreads a fog that steals clarity. The lit screen does not illuminate. It disturbs the silence the body needs to restore itself. And the burdened mind, without rest, drags the soul into broken nights, into restless dreams. It's not just the body that suffers. It's the spirit. It is vital energy that, instead of flowing, becomes trapped in circles of anxiety and exhaustion. And when this happens once, the body can even handle it. But when it repeats itself, night after night, year after year, the result is inevitable. Accelerated aging, a vitality that dissolves into silence. This is the hidden error, believing that these are just unimportant details. That a little distraction doesn't matter. But it is precisely in the details that life is decided. It is the invisible habits that shape visible destinies. I've seen people who changed just this one thing, respecting the silence of the night, putting sugar aside, closing their eyes to the brightness of the screen, and were reborn. The skin gained color. Sleep became rest again. The memory cleared. Not because they found a miracle cure, but because they stopped feeding the invisible enemy. It's simple, but it's profound. The body demands order. The soul asks for silence. And the mind asks for true light, not that projected by devices, but the soft light of dawn, the serene flame of a candle, the discreet glow of the moon. When you understand this, you begin to see that much of what wears you down isn't age, but subtle oversights that have become commonplace. And by recognizing it, you begin to heal. Because awareness is the first step towards transformation. Take a deep breath now. Imagine releasing these invisible chains. Imagine yourself silently closing the doors to everything that steals energy. Feel your body relax just at the thought of true rest. And if these words brought clarity to your heart, leave a sign of gratitude. A simple gesture, like liking this content, is also a way of saying, I recognize the importance of this, and I want more people to find this light too. Don't underestimate the power of a small gesture. Just as subtle habits can destroy, small gestures can also rebuild. And every conscious choice, every decision to move away from what makes you sick, is an act of healing. If the silent enemy lies in small oversights, healing also comes from small gestures. It is not necessary to transform your entire life at once. It is in the details, in the gentle choices of each morning and each night, that vital energy is reborn. The secret is to respect simple rituals, those that align body and soul. When the sun wakes up, it doesn't scream. He rises slowly, with golden light, offering the world a new chance. Likewise, it is in gentleness that the body asks to be awakened. Open your eyes and be grateful for the new day. No matter the religion, no matter the belief. To be grateful is to make room for harmony. It is saying to the universe, I receive this life once again. So, before any solid food, water. Pure, simple, crystal clear water. It doesn't just hydrate the body. It cleanses the inner pathways, like rain that washes the earth before new seeds. Every sip is a blessing. Each sip is a way of telling your body, I take care of you. And there is breathing. Breathing is not just about filling your lungs. It is allowing vital energy to circulate freely. Inhale deeply, hold for a few moments, exhale slowly. This movement calms the mind, awakens clarity, and restores strength to the heart. Conscious breathing is a bridge between the physical and the spiritual. It's like opening windows in a house that's been closed for a long time, letting light and air renew everything. Another practice that sustains vitality is morning fruit. Not only by nourishing the body, but by carrying the memory of sunlight. Each fruit ripens under the sun, absorbing its energy. And when we put it in our mouths, it is as if we are also feeding on light. Prefer the simple, the natural. An apple, an orange, a banana. What matters is not the variety, but the connection with the life that pulses in these foods. Silence is also food. Before diving into tasks, allow yourself a few minutes of stillness. It can be sitting on the balcony, looking at the sky. It can be in the bedroom, with your eyes closed. It might just be listening to your own heart. This silence is like a balm. It organizes thoughts, calms emotions, and strengthens the soul to face what is to come. And when night comes, remember, night is not a time for noise. It's time to gather. Avoid artificial shine, avoid harsh words, avoid foods that make you uneasy. Make dusk a ritual of gentleness. A low light, a hot tea, a slow breath. And so the body finds the path to rest, and the spirit finds peace in sleep. These habits may seem small, but they are seeds. And seeds hold the power to transform an entire forest. Each repeated gesture is a root that deepens, sustaining the tree of its vitality. It's not about strength or sacrifice. It's about surrender, respect, wisdom. When you look in the mirror, don't just see wrinkles or signs of aging. See also the reflection of life that still pulses, of energy that can be renewed. And know that by adopting these simple gestures, you are turning on the light within yourself. A light that illuminates the body, clears the mind, and calms the soul. And so, little by little, without rushing, you begin to feel again that life is not over. She just waits for your choice to start over each morning. Close your eyes for a moment. Let the outside world fall away. Take a deep, gentle breath, as if preparing to dive into a lake of calm. And let each word now lead your mind inward, to a place where healing happens in silence. Imagine yourself in front of a calm lake. The surface is rough at first, small waves move endlessly, reflecting only fragments of a landscape. This is how the mind has been, agitated, restless, without clarity. But now, little by little, the wind is calming down. The waters stop moving, and the lake turns into a perfect mirror. A mirror that reflects your true essence, clear, serene, luminous. In this mirror, you begin to see not only the face that time has marked, but the being of light that has always lived within you. A being that does not age, that does not get sick, that holds within itself the wisdom of all life. Feel that presence. Feel how it welcomes your body, how it envelopes your soul in harmony. Now, bring your attention to your heart. Visualize a soft, golden flame in it. She may have been small for some time, hidden under the ashes of worries, fears, and fatigue. But today, that flame begins to grow. With each breath, she grows stronger. It warms the chest, spreads heat through the shoulders, down the arms, and throughout the entire body. This flame is your life energy, rekindling itself, reminding you that there is still strength, that there is still life waiting to be lived. See, before you, an illuminated path. It stretches out before you like a golden path through a garden. The trees around are green, full of life. The air is light, perfumed. And with each step you take, you feel as if your body becomes lighter, as if old pains are being left behind. Every step is a liberation. Every step is a healing. As you walk, realize that you are not alone. Beside you, there are gentle presences. Maybe angels, maybe guides, maybe just the loving energy of the universe. They walk with you, silently, supporting your journey. And deep in your heart, you know, you were never alone. There was always a greater force guiding his steps, even when he didn't realize it. Now, repeat within yourself, calmly, "My mind is calm. My body is strong. My life is being reborn." Feel the weight melting away. Feel the memory clearing, like a sky opening after a storm. Feel your breathing free, your heart calm, your thoughts organized. You don't have to fight anything. Just allow it. Allow healing to happen, like the sun that rises effortlessly, illuminating everything around. Stay in this silence for a few moments. Let the lake, the flame, and the illuminated path unite within you. They are not just pictures. They are symbols of your own strength. They are reminders that life can be light, clear, luminous. And when you open your eyes, take this certainty with you. The body is listening. The soul is listening. And the transformation has already begun. Take another breath, calmly. Feel how every word so far has not only been heard, but welcomed within you. The body has already noticed. The soul already understood. And what once seemed distant now begins to blossom in silence. You are not alone. Never was. Even on the days when he woke up too tired to believe, even on the nights when sleep wouldn't come, there was a greater force sustaining his steps. And that strength now reveals itself within you, not as a distant promise, but as a real state that you can already feel. With every breath, a part of you is reborn. With every silence, the mind finds clarity. And with every small gesture, the body responds with gratitude. This is the power that was dormant, waiting only for the right moment to awaken. And that moment is now. Look at yourself with tenderness. Not as someone tired or lost, but as someone who carries within him the wisdom of a lifetime. Marks on the face are not signs of weakness. They are testimonies of your courage, your resistance, of how far you have come to get here. And every scar, every memory, every pain, can now be transformed into light. You don't need to expect miracles. You yourself are the miracle. Your body is a temple. Your breath is prayer. His life is a work in progress, still being written. And even though you've lived so many decades, there are still blank pages waiting for your new story. Feel the certainty within yourself. The cure is not just coming, it has already begun. The simple fact that you open yourself to these words already moves your vital energy. The simple act of listening carefully is already a sign of transformation. It's like a seed that has been planted. She is already alive. It's already growing, even if you can't see it yet. And now, I invite you to look inside and realize what changed in you at this moment. Perhaps you felt a lightness in your chest. Perhaps a clarity of mind. Maybe just a gentle calm taking over the body. All of this is a sign that the path has begun to open. If you wish, share this feeling. Write in your own words what you felt, as a way of recording the transformation. It's not just a commentary, it's a testimony of your own journey. And when you talk about it, it not only empowers you, but it also inspires others to recognize that light is possible. Let your voice join so many others who are already awakening. Because each story is like a flame that adds to a great fire of hope. And the more light that spreads, the easier the path is for everyone. Now, remain silent for a few moments. Allow yourself to simply be. Allow yourself to feel. And take with you the certainty that life is not over. She transforms, she reinvents herself, she blossoms with every choice. You are part of this transformation. And today, the first step has already been taken. Transformation does not happen in a single instant. It is born in the silence of each day, in the repetition of small gestures, in the care offered to the body and soul. Just as water flows over stone, slowly, until it is shaped, so too life is remade through the gentleness of discipline. It's not about hard effort or heavy demands. It's about consistency, of respect. To choose, every morning, a path of light instead of darkness. When you wake up, there is no need to rush. It just needs presence. A sip of water, a deep breath, a thought of gratitude. These simple acts are like seeds sown in the fertile soil of the heart. At first, they seem invisible, almost insignificant. But over time, they become roots that sustain its vitality. The body responds to repetition. The mind organizes itself when it finds routine. And the soul flourishes when it realizes that there is order, care, and harmony in daily life. It's like tuning an instrument, little by little, until the music emerges clear, smooth, balanced. And the instrument you tune is your own existence. Many give up because they expect immediate results. They look at themselves and say, "Nothing has changed." But real change doesn't scream. She insinuates herself. It appears in small signs: a more peaceful night's sleep, a thought that becomes lighter, energy that returns without you noticing. You have to look carefully to recognize these signs. And by recognizing them, continue to nurture the process. Remember, time is never your enemy. He just asks for patience. Nature does not rush her flowers, but they all bloom. So it is with your healing, with your vitality. It grows in silence, in the gentle cadence of the days. If at any point you feel discouraged, return to your breathing. She is your anchor. It restores clarity when the mind is lost. It returns energy when the body gets tired. And in the simple act of breathing in and out consciously, you find balance again. Allow yourself to rest too. Resting is not weakness, it is part of wisdom. Just as the field needs winter to blossom in spring, so your body needs a break to regain strength. Honor your boundaries, not as barriers, but as signs of care. They show the path to true longevity, not that of those who resist, but that of those who live in harmony. And remember that every gesture has power. The glass of water when waking up, the fruit in the morning, the silence of a few minutes, conscious breathing. These habits, repeated day after day, become the foundations of vitality. They are the solid stones that support the journey through life. When you look back months from now, you'll realize it wasn't a single day that changed everything. It was the sum of the days. It was the choice not to give up. It was gentle discipline that led him to more clarity, more energy, more peace. Thus, life stops being a burden and becomes a journey again. A path of wisdom, where each step is light, each breath is sacred, each morning is a new beginning. When the body begins to regain balance, something bigger also moves. It's not just physical strength that returns. It is clarity of mind. It is the serenity of the heart. And with that, even relationships change. Because what you carry inside is reflected in your gaze, your gestures, and the way you approach people. When the body is tired, the soul also closes. Words become harsh, laughter becomes rare, patience wears thin. But when vital energy is rekindled, everything seems to take on a new color. The conversation becomes light. Listening deepens. And even the simplest encounters carry a flavor of affection and presence. You may have noticed how your mood changes when your body is in harmony. The pains do not dominate. The mind is not lost in confusion. And the heart finds space to feel gratitude, even in small things. This is the true miracle. When physical health and spirituality intertwine, everything around them also flourishes. The vitality you cultivate is not just yours. It expands. It touches children, grandchildren, friends. It even touches strangers, who notice something different about you. A light that never goes out. A peace that cannot be explained, but can be felt. And this light is a form of healing that goes beyond your own body. It is a healing that inspires. There is also an inner transformation that goes beyond what you see. Over time, the clarity that comes from gentle discipline begins to reveal new meanings to life. What once seemed like just routine becomes ritual. What once seemed like a burden becomes a learning experience. And each day, even a simple one, gains the value of a gift. You begin to realize that you are not here by chance. That your story, with all its pain and joy, has a purpose. And that their existence, far from being just survival, is part of a larger web, woven by something that goes beyond comprehension. Call it God, call it the universe, call it the wisdom of life. The name doesn't matter much. What matters is feeling that there is a greater order sustaining everything. And in that moment, even the passage of time ceases to be a reason for fear. Years are not thieves. They are masters. Every wrinkle tells a story. Every memory is a seed of wisdom. And instead of looking to the future with anguish, you begin to look at it with confidence. Because it no longer matters how much time you have left, but how you live it. Body, mind, and soul are not separate. They are like three intertwined threads, forming a single rope. When one weakens, the others suffer. But when one is strengthened, all rise together. And this elevation transforms your way of being in the world. You start to offer more tenderness. Start choosing softer words. Start walking more calmly. And every simple gesture, a smile, a hug, an attentive look, becomes medicine for those around you. This is the true wisdom that life offers you now, to understand that your transformation is also a gift to others. And when your heart understands this, a new sense of mission is born within you. It's not just about living anymore. It's about lighting, about leaving a trail of peace wherever you go, about becoming a living example that it is possible to age in harmony, with serenity, with dignity. Thus, healing ceases to be just individual and becomes collective. And each conscious breath, each gesture of care, expands like ripples on a still lake, touching lives you might not even imagine. Now, take another deep breath. Feel how everything we've been through together so far wasn't just a sequence of words. It was a path, a dive, a journey that began within you, illuminating places that may have been dormant for years. Did you notice? Something has changed. Maybe it's a gentle calm in the chest. Perhaps a new clarity in the mind. Perhaps just a breath of hope that is reborn. This is not imagination. It is the sign that your vital energy has already begun to move, awakening, rekindling the light that has always been within you. Few people get the chance to stop, breathe, and listen to something that touches them so deeply. And you were one of the chosen ones. Not by chance, not by luck, but because there was a calling within you. And that call brought us here. It's as if the universe, God, or your own future self has guided every step up to this moment. This moment is sacred, not because it is grand in appearance, but because it is true in essence. And it's this kind of truth that transforms a life. It's not about formulas, promises, or illusions. It's about presence, about awareness, about love for yourself. Now, imagine looking back a few months from now and realizing that this was the beginning of a new phase. The beginning of a lighter walk, of more peaceful nights, of brighter mornings, from a life more aligned with harmony, health, and wisdom. You deserve this. You deserve to feel strong, even after so many years. You deserve to wake up with clarity and serenity. You deserve to carry in your eyes the light that inspires others. And that choice is in your hands. Because every conscious breath, every gesture of care, every habit cultivated with love is a gift you offer yourself. If these words touched you, show your gratitude to the universe by leaving a sign here. Enjoy this video as if to say, I welcome this transformation. Share your feelings, because your words can also light the path of others who need hope. And sign up so you don't miss any of the lessons yet to come, as this is just the beginning of a journey that can transform not only your days, but the way you see life. By doing this, you are not just clicking buttons. You are choosing to stay connected to a source of light, to a space of wisdom, to a refuge for your soul. It's a decision to continue nourishing your body, mind, and spirit. Know that you are not alone. Know that there is an invisible community of people, like you, who have also awakened to this clarity. And together, with every gesture, every share, every breath, we form a chain of healing and hope. Feel privileged to be here. Because not everyone gets to that point. Most people get lost in distractions, noise, and haste. But you remained. You heard. You opened up. And that already puts him in a special place. The place of those who chose to live with wisdom, with light, with harmony. Take that feeling with you. Be assured that something has already changed. And never forget, each time you return, each time you listen again, that flame within you will grow even stronger. Your life is being reborn. And you are part of that miracle.